Alright, hi everyone. My name is Emma Trost, and I am the current Student Research Coordinator for the academic year. I'm a senior psychology major with minors in neuroscience and stats, and I'm also on the tennis team here at BW. You might be wondering what exactly the SRC is. So basically, I am the bridge between the intro students and the thesis students. You also might be wondering why you even have to participate in research. And this is because it gives some real-world experience with the research, personal experience with it. And then also, if you're a psych major or a psych student, you might be in their position one day hoping for some participants from the PSY100 classes. So it's just helpful overall. If you see here up at the top, you will need to complete 18 credits of research participation. This equals about 3 hours worth of participation. The easiest way to do this is by participating in studies on SONA, which we will talk about in a bit. What's important to note here is this section about loss of participation points. You will lose participation points if you don't show up to an experiment that is in person. You'll get a penalty of 3 credits that you have to complete, 3 more credits. If your class meets in person, this is a really important section for you. This means if your class meets in person, your SONA participation is due Wednesday, March 19th at 11:59 p.m. However, this is really important if your class meets online and it is a mini-mester A class. All participation, which is your SONA credits and your alternative credits that we'll talk about later, all of those credits, all 18 of them, are due on Friday, February 28th at 11:59 p.m. I'll repeat that just to make sure everybody got that. All 18 credits are due on Friday, February 28th at 11:59 p.m. if you are a mini-mester A online class. Then down here, we have my office hours. If you want to meet with me to talk about the alternative assignment or to ask a question about SONA studies or credits or anything like that, feel free to pop up to my office on the 3rd floor of Malachi. Last semester, I had some students even come up and ask questions about final exam scheduling, stuff like that. So if you have anything relating to SRC stuff, I'm not a tutor, but I am a resource. So just pop up here, ask me a question. If you want to meet with me to guarantee that I'll be free, the links to schedule with that are on the Jacket Connect page, which we'll talk about here in a second. The only thing I really want to point out is that on Wednesdays, my office hours might vary a little bit. I am a student athlete, and once our OAC season starts, we'll have matches every Wednesday. So depending on where the match is, I might have to end my office hours a little bit early. So just keep that in mind if you want to meet on a Wednesday, that earlier is better because I might not be here in the afternoon. All right, so here is the Jacket Connect site. So here's the home page. Technically, you can scroll through and it has the listed officers, documents, all that. But the easiest way to access information through the Jacket Connect site is to go right here to the website. So you will click this, and it'll take you to the home page. This has the timeline for when things are due. I will update that to include the due date for the online class. I just have the in-person class due dates right now. I will update that. Basically what's here is it just tells you a little bit about, this takes you back to the Jacket Connect page. We've got all that here. If you go over to the SRC contact tab, this just has my office hours listed here in case you lose the handout or anything like that. Right here, this is really important. If you want to schedule to meet with me, I have both of those links here. This is the link to meet during my office hours. This is the link to meet outside of my office hours. Please keep in mind that if you want to meet outside of my office hours, I'm just requesting that you schedule that at least 24 hours in advance. It does go to the SRC email, and I can only access that when I'm in my office. So just give me about 24 hours to either confirm or deny the appointment to meet with me, just to make sure it matches with my schedule. So then we go back up here. We've got some commonly asked questions. you will not need to know anything about the researcher questions. Do not even click on that tab. You are going to want to go to participant questions. So this just has some basic questions that people tend to have, like how do I earn research credits? What do I do if I'm under 18? When is the participation deadline? Which again, I will update that. I think this is still the fall participation deadline, so I will update that with the online and in-person deadlines. It kind of tells you like when do studies usually appear, how do I sign up, can you lose participation points, what do I do if I cannot make it to a study, how many credits do I need to earn. So if you have a question, come here first. If it's not answered on this page, then send me an email. Right up here, we have the alternate assignment details, which we will go through together in a little bit. This just has some details about that, tells you what the SRC checks for, what articles you can choose from, and how to get to things. What's really important for you is we have the resources tab. Over here we have documents is also important. This is still from the fall. So what's really important here to remember here is that the articles tab, this has all of the articles for the alternate assignment, which again, we will get to in a little bit. I'm just giving you an overview real quick first. And then there will be a folder for spring 2020 or spring 2025, but I'll show you the fall one for now. This will just have your handout. And also, I will be posting a guide on how to do the alternate assignment. That is optional, but again, we'll get to that in a minute. You should be automatically enrolled into the Jacket Connect page. I am enrolling all of the rosters for the PSY100 classes. If you are not and you cannot find it, send me an email. That means you slipped through or you added the class late. So just let me know, but you should be added. I will add you. And also, this is how I'm going to get messages to you. I can send messages through Sona as well, but this is a little bit easier so that I can send it to everybody. All right, and now we are going to talk about creating an account using Sona systems. So everybody will need to create an account, whether you are participating in research or doing alternate assignments, or even if you're under 18, everybody needs a Sona account. This is how I grant you credits, and if you don't have a Sona account, you will not show up on the report at the end of the semester, and so your professor will not get notified of any credits you've completed. So this is really, really important. You are, to do this, and I'll walk you through this, you're going to go to bwsonasystems.com. I found that if you just Google BW Sona Systems, sometimes it comes up. On my personal laptop, the correct link will come up, but on my school monitor, I cannot get it to come up through Googling it. So it's best to just remember that this URL right here, you can put that in and it'll automatically take you there. So we will go do that now. You're going to go in and go to bw.sonasystems.com. It'll take you to this page. You're going to hit Request Account. Then you are going to fill all of this information out. Really important. Students often put the wrong thing for user ID. It is not your ID number. It is the beginning part of your email. If you put your ID number, it will not work. It'll give you an account. I don't think you'll be able to log in though, and I don't think you'll be able to participate in anything. So really important. It is the first part of your email. Then you'll just do it again. You do not have to put your phone number. Nobody does, and it's completely fine. I don't think any of the researchers even use it, nothing like that, so do not put your phone number. For your course, these are all the courses from last semester. Just make sure you click the right one. I did have to change a few students because they clicked the wrong course last semester. Once I update Sona, your correct course will be listed in here, so for time's sake, I'll just do Dr. Rothman. And then this about receiving a weekly email announcement. I personally click no, but that is up to you. What this will do is just send you an email once a week about what studies are available. If you're somebody who thinks you're going to forget about this, then I would turn those on, because then you'll get an email reminder every week saying what studies are available still to participate in. But if you're confident that you won't forget about it, then you can just click no. And then you are going to hit request account. It is going to send you are going to get an email. Then you're going to go to the email, and this is where your email is right here. So this is what your password is. Then you're going to log in. And the first thing you're going to get is this human participant and privacy policy notice. You will have to agree to this. You can read this if you want. I would recommend it, but you also don't have to. Just know that whatever you agree to in here, you are agreeing to it. It's like a contract. So just acknowledge that. You're going to hit yes. It'll take you to this page. I highly, highly recommend you change your password. Otherwise, it's going to be that weird combination of numbers that it sent you in the email. So I would go down here, and you are going to put in a new password. And you're going to do that. It's just way easier. You don't have to. It's up to you, but I really, really, really recommend it. All right. So then that's going to change your password. Also in here, this identity code, this is what you will appear to as researchers. So when you if you send me an email with a question, include your participant ID number, which is right here, if you can. If you don't, I can also look it up, but it's just easier that way. Also, if you're going to any in-person studies, and there are a few this semester, you will need to know this number. They will probably allow you to look it up, but it's just easier if you write it on a Post-it note and bring it with you. Also, with that being said, if you have questions about a study, send the email to me. You are allowed to ask a researcher questions about whether or not you fit participation requirements or anything like that, but actual questions about the study or about an answer you put, the researchers are not allowed to know what your identity is, and so it complicates things if you send emails to them. So just send me an email, and if I feel like the researcher needs to be pulled in to answer the question, I will pull them into the email. But just to be safe, just email me with your questions. All right, so then we're going to go to the home page. What's important to notice here is right over here, your credit overview. This will tell you how many credits you have. So green is how many you've earned. Red is how many are pending. So what that means is some of our online studies are manual credit granting, which means that once you complete the study, the researcher will have to go through and manually grant you credit. And this is how many are required. Currently, it says that I require 10. That is going to be changed. You will be required to do 18, since there are plenty of thesis students this semester. Another thing to note about this is that just because it says you earned the credit does not mean that it's guaranteed. So automatic credit granting, when you finish the study, it'll automatically give you credit. However, the researcher can see how long it took you to take the study. So if you blow it off and you just put A for all of the answers and it says you only took 60 seconds to complete the study, the researcher will email me and you will get credit taken away. That is another way you can lose credit. So just please take it seriously, and I promise it'll actually be faster than if you blow it off and have to redo everything. To find studies, you will go to View Available Studies. Right now, there are no studies available because nobody has IRB approval yet, but once there are, there will be some listed here. I am going to log out and log in so that I can show you what that looks like when there are studies. So these are studies from last semester. So a study, when you log into it, this is what you'll see. It'll tell you whether it's online, how many credits it's worth, a little bit about the study, and then this is what the link you will click to take you to the study. Then an in-person study, let's see. So this was an in-person study from last semester. This is what an in-person study looks like after you click to sign up. What it's going to say is it's going to have like credits, that it's an in-person study. Right here, eligibility requirements for online and in-person. Pay attention to these. You must be a student athlete to participate in this study. So if you do not fit those requirements and you try to complete it, you will not get credit. So please, please, please pay attention to those. And do not just blow it off. I promise you, you will get all 18 credits. There are so many thesis students who need participation this semester. You will get all of your credits. I promise you. Don't just do a study just because it shows up and is available. Actually make sure you fit those requirements. This just reminds you that you must sign up 24 hours before the appointment, and you must cancel 24 hours before the appointment. There's information in the Jacket Connect on how to do that. Basically, if you have to send an email to the researcher or anything like that, most of them are pretty chill with that kind of stuff. So if you're sick or if something comes up, you can email them, just let them know. They are not as chill if you are a no-show and try to reschedule. So just be on top of that. Talked about how you can check your progress. When you receive credit, give it a few days. So we will go back to log back into my account. So right here, when you have pending credits, give it a few days before you email me. I had students last semester who completed their study and 10 minutes later sent me an email saying the researcher hadn't granted it. They are also students. So they are operating on the same schedule as you. They have, I believe, 48 hours to grant credit. So if it's over the weekend especially, just give it a few days. I promise either they or me will grant you credit, but be patient. All right, so now we are going to talk about the alternate assignment. So if you are under 18 years old, you are not allowed to participate in research studies. You are considered a minor, so you're not allowed to. You unfortunately will have to do these alternate assignments, but they're not hard. And anyone who chooses not to participate can also do this for credit, or if you miss the deadline for an in-person class, you can complete these. But these are an option. Basically what these are is they are a one-page double-spaced summary of an article of my choosing. This means that you can reach your 18 credit limit or requirement by summarizing 6 articles. Something important to note that I don't think is mentioned in here is they must be in APA format. You don't need a title page or anything, but the in-text citation in the references or works cited sheet must be in APA format. So just keep that in mind. You must still have a SONA account to do these. I will still grant you credit through SONA. You may complete any combination of studies, summaries, anything like that to reach your requirement, but Like I said before, it really, really helps out the thesis students, and I think it's much easier to complete the Zone of Studies. So, but that's up to you. You will turn these into me through the email, which is src@bw.edu. They must be in the SRC inbox by 11:59 on their due date. Sometimes I'm a little bit lenient about this, but to guarantee credit, have it in the inbox by 11:59. After that time, I cannot guarantee that I will get to it to grant you credit. So these are some empirical papers in psychology. Something I really want to make sure that students know is you do not need to include numerical findings, stats, data interpretation, anything like that. I am not checking for that. You are an intro student. You do not need to understand what all the stats means in an empirical paper. What you do need to understand is the big picture. So give it your best attempt to read the article, summarize it, tell me about their hypothesis, how they collected data, what they concluded from that data, what it might mean for the future, and your thoughts on it. If you're super lost or you've never done this before and you want a little bit of help, there should be a guide posted to the Jacket Connect under your PSY100 resources in the Documents tab. It's pretty thorough, and it goes step by step on how to dissect a research article and tells you how to write the summary. You cannot turn that in for credit, but if this is your first time reading and summarizing an article, you can use that for that first article to kind of help give you a starting place. But like I said, it's optional. Also, I'm not a professor, so I do not grade for correctness, I do not grade for grammar. All I want to see is that you made an attempt to understand what the big picture is. So if you try to interpret something and you get it wrong, that you will not lose points or lose credit or anything like that. I'm just looking to make sure you read it and you tried. And I'm not the grammar police because I'm not a professor. So just give me whatever your best attempt is. However, you are not allowed to use AI to complete these assignments. We had many students trying to do that a couple semesters ago. And if AI is detected, it is up to your professor. It is at their discretion on what the consequence is. I've had professors say that you just won't receive credit and you'll have to redo it. I've had them assign extra credits or extra summaries. Some professors have even gone as far to say that you will receive an incomplete for the class. Some professors will alert academic affairs. Also, you cannot plagiarize. We can tell. We have technology that can tell that you copied from another person. Also, these are all new research articles from last semester. So I promise it'll be faster if you just do it the first time. And then down here, this is just the link to the YouTube channel. It has some videos on there that previous SRCs have made. You're welcome to watch those if you have questions. Just keep in mind that I did not make them, so some of the information like office hours and dates and everything might not be accurate, but the content still is, so you're welcome to. If you're getting really confused on a video, there are some thesis videos put up on the channel, so if you're getting a few minutes in and you have no idea what they're talking about, that is probably not a video meant for you. Because there are some for the thesis students. Right down here, like I said before, you should automatically be put into the Jacket Connect page. If I forgot you and you don't want to email me, I do